second series of the day. And if you're just tuning in, you're thinking, wow, really? Second series already? Yeah, we've been storming along thanks to the brilliance of Evil Geniuses defeating Newbie 2-0 earlier on and Liquid winning in very quick time in game number 1. Can VGJ.Thunder make a comeback? We'll find out very shortly with the draft. Let's get some thoughts from our panel members once more. Kyle, Winter and Jack are back with us. Kyle, it's a big ask, isn't it, for VGJ.Thunder? It would have been before the start of this best of 3, but going 1 down, that's going to be even tougher now.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of their preparation might have been, I don't want to say thrown out the window, but whenever a team hasn't even picked a hero and they're down to nearly a minute of extra time left, it's a really rough spot.
Yep.
And
I mean, it suggests no preparation, doesn't it? Or very little preparation, but it doesn't always mean that, does it?
It could also just be like they might not have expected Liquid to take the Tusk, but as it's something like, I feel like when you go into a draft, you should be prepping for, as second pick, there's a very limited number of heroes the enemy is going to take, right? It's usually, realistically, it's like 4 or 5. Maybe you can expand that to like 8, okay? And you should be ready for anything that happens. The bans they used were pretty simple, and I think they might have just like not had complete faith in that opener, the Furion and the Lycan, and I can understand that because I feel like, as we discussed earlier, like they're countered by the same things. Yeah. And I think that punished them, but it was good drafting by both teams. Though. Liquid did. It
was. I mean, it was an intelligent draft, wasn't it? Jack, they've not given the Lycan to this team very much in this tournament. When they have, they've lost with it.
Yeah, I mean, most teams, like I said, with the newbie situation with Kakas and Naga, most teams won't give this to Sylar. I think that might have been part of the hang-up as well. I think they're expecting something like a first-pick Nature's Prophet. They're not expecting to get the Lycan. So if they take the Lycan, they figure maybe there's some kind of trap here. Liquid's ready for that. So that's probably what led to a lot of the hesitation. And then it's a bit clunky usually to just take 2 cores straight off the bat, unless you're Liquid, which we've seen them do that to kind of secure that their supports have a good time roaming back and forth in a good matchup against the other team. So that's probably what took up a lot of time there. But like you guys said, it was a much more variable draft, I'd say, from Thunder. They knew very clearly what they wanted to do going in. But towards the end of the draft, there's a lot more kind of mind gaming going on because we kind of got off the rails a little bit. So,
do you think that the VGJ Lycan is sort of like the newbie Naga, where they're just picking it when available first phase, even when it's figured out, and they should stop?
That's a really hard question to answer, right? Because it's a huge, like, it's something that you have a lot of confidence in, and so when you start to lose with that, or then it puts even more pressure on you. I think you still want Sylar to have these kind of tempo heroes. He's like the heart and soul of this team in a lot of ways. Even though he's not always the one who communicates everything, he determines a lot of the fights they take. He's a big voice there, so you want to put him on comfort heroes where he knows which fights they can win, and still have a good game from that. So I think that's something that they would still take if it's there, but they have to be wary.
Let me ask you guys a question. If you really want Lycan, isn't like Venom like a ban that you can skip it, because Lycan's really good against Venom?
Especially if you're going to go Furion too, and you want it. Yeah, I would agree. That's another thing interesting is how teams use the first 3 bans. Liquid's just banning out certain power heroes for VGJ.Thunder. Thunder's doing the same, but I feel like you want to tailor them based on the draft you're planning on picking.
Yeah.
As you're implying.
It's not just about, oh, they're really good at A, B, and C. We just ban everything and just don't care about what we want for ourselves.
Exactly.
But I mean, love how animated he is. Always.
He is a very outspoken person in the Chinese scene, but sometimes he can be a little too hard-headed. Like he really thinks that certain things that they are doing are correct, and he's trying to force it to on his players. You think he does that, Jack?
Well, you have, there's 2 ways of looking at it, right? Because there is this train of thought where it's like the kind of old generation of established players, but maybe they're more stubborn, or they're stuck to their ways, or they have too high status, and it's really hard to do anything about them or force them to like stay adaptable or even hold them accountable at times. That's one way to look at it. You can say there's a stagnation there once someone has already achieved something.
It's an interesting catch-22 in Dota, because people with new ideas but no results can at times find it difficult to make their ideas. It's hard to gain the respect of people that have been in the scene for a while, even if they're, even if they were completely washed up, they still have results and a pedigree. And you see that even like with the True site about Fnatic, where you have these new talented players that are uncomfortable challenging somebody that they look up to and respect. And it's finding a balance. That's where I feel like a lot of these coaches can come in, sort of smooth things out and evaluate people's ideas, not based on how much money they've won, but rather how valid is this idea.
Everything just needs to be put aside apart from Dota, the strategy part.
Yeah, there's always a lot of emotion involved as well.
And Liquid chose to ban Lycan Tusk as second pick this game.
So they're
Leaves the Razor on
gonna
the
pick Furan, right?
Probably, I would think so. No Venom in the pool, no Terror Blade.
Maybe even like a Furan plus Earth Spirit, Furan Sand King. But the thing is like because VGJ played a poor Sand King, would you like want to take the Earth Spirit so you give them the Sand King again? That would be the question. Yeah, so they're just gonna do that. So
I like it.
VGJ.Thunder is gonna like, do we go for the Sand King again?
I think ES kind of beats Sand King in like every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
You're better than him at level 1. You roam more efficiently throughout the early game, and then late game you can just go for him. You have multiple instances of CC, and Sand King just has a hard time playing.
But the thing with Sand King is he's a flexible hero, like different roles, so you can still adjust it. But yeah, I'm with you. I think the early game Earth Spirit is definitely gonna do more.
I think role flexibility is a lot more important when you're first pick because it's just those 3 heroes and then you take the last 2 cores, and that's where it would really matter. As second pick, you're going to have 1 core remaining and you're going to take both supports and 2 cores. And hiding that for an extra pick or 2 doesn't really change anything because VGJ.Thunder, they're going to third pick their 4 hero. Liquid's going to be forced to show 4 out of 5 before that information would matter.
So there are 4 hero. What's remaining? Nyx?
Not a huge fan of Nyx into this, but I mean,
but if they don't want Sand King, say they really want to stay away from Sand King.
I mean, do they Dark Willow?
Don't recall, right,
I haven't seen them play, but I think Elder Titan or Night
Oh
Stalker.
yeah, Elder Titan. Yeah.
Very realistic choices.
I like Night Stalker a lot against Furion and Earth Spirit. I think that you gain this vision advantage, and a silence on either one of them is like super key. And I think VGJ.Thunder just plays around vision advantage. Like Liquid, both of these teams abuse vision, and I think that that's what we saw in the last game. And if VGJ has this Night Stalker Razor, it's a lot like that Night Stalker DP.
Then you want to ban all those like Viper, DK, those tanky heroes that you can't kill in the lane.
They do play Willow, by the way. They've played 3 games on it so far. Only 1 here. It should be noted.
Interesting. Could see Liquid playing Willow as well. We'll see, but have we seen Liquid play support Furion?
Support Furion.
I think it's almost always a core with them. At least TI7, they used it quite a bit for mind control.
I don't remember. I think no. I'm not sure if I recall any games of them. Jack, do you recall if they?
We know that EG's
not recently. It's usually a mind control hero.
Yeah, it's usually MC's going to be on it. But again, just kind of really good against the Razor. You have that lane bullying, obviously. Some death ball potential, a lot of push. Gives you vision, global mobility. I mean, just a really strong hero in a lot of ways. And flexible by position.
I like the bad ban. It's just like the go-to Furion counter a lot of the time. I think these Chinese teams, and we talked about this for the last series, but Bat's just way better as a first-pick hero because you have 4 heroes against you that don't counter you. You just pick that 4th, and all of a sudden it's a great Bat game. You have 2 free lanes, and you can kind of just take over. I also feel like the Chinese teams really utilize this off-lane Bat better than the West.
5 seconds remaining.
And it's also like a hero that allows you to, gain momentum. Like if you want to play with a vision game, say they're planning a Night Stalker. Night Stalker with Bat is great synergy together.
A vision provider and a vision consumer.
There's still Beastmaster, right? Beastmaster is still in the pool if they want to have a substitute for that.
It's good. I don't see Liquid picking it up just because of the Witch Doctor, but for Thunder, I think it's quite good.
How about like Kotal Beastmaster for VGJ.Thunder? Kotal's pretty good with the Beastmaster in the lane, and maybe you can deal with the pressure from Furion as well later.
I could see it. It depends. Like the only thing I'd be concerned about is I think Furion support deals with Kotal pretty well. You just kind of run at him.
Yeah, early
Kotal's
game
like
it'll be so
HP.
difficult early game.
And then the Earth Spirit also just finds you, kicks you back, and you're going to be in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
Tell you what isn't banned right now is the Omni.
5 seconds
I think AA could be a really solid pick for Liquid as well. It's super strong against Witch Doctor. You remove his ability to get his heal. And I like it a lot against Razor too because he has a hard time like running through when you have so much damage in the AA Earth Spirit. It's just massive magical damage.
You don't want to get run at as the Razor. So if you get a strong lane that includes the A unit, it causes a lot of problems as well.
So the Prophet is support?
Yep, looks that way.
Yep.
I like the Underlord. It's a little early, but I'm a huge fan of the hero. I think it's really underutilized. It goes back to that whole argument about tools. It has this massive game-changing ultimate, which just it's just so much map control. You have you eat waves with just one Q, a great disable, gives you Roche, gives you these heroes that can buy any items they want, and most of the time it's teamfight items are
But
really
it's
valuable.
early though. Like, why would they? Are they worried that Thunder would snatch the Underlord?
They might be.
I would also not rule out the Prophet being played as
Yeah.
a core at a different position.
Matu or
agree.
Matu?
Oh, or Miracle.
I think that's a Kuro.
or Miracle. Or Miracle, even.
Yeah, seems more likely to be a support right now, but we'll see. Definitely still has that flexibility.
Yeah.
So
I just look at their draft and think about how fast Earthsphere can move around the map, and then you have an Underlord and a Fury. So you have two methods of global teleportation. And whenever you're playing against heroes like Razor, I think that's very valuable because you don't really want to play into him or be forced to sit in a lane. And now you have this flexibility where you can just mirror the map. Oof. Not a
Ooh.
fan.
back.
Not a fan.
That's tough.
I just feel like that hero is crushed by Underlord,
Yeah, they
by
picked
Earth
it into
Spirit.
the Underlord.
And now it's just like, okay, guys, I'm gonna buy a pipe and some other teamfight item. And if you look at the VGJ.Thunder lineup, if they don't get a successful link, those heroes really don't output much damage.
5 seconds. Dire team pick.
Disruptor.
Oh, hello.
Prophet.
Okay, so the Nature's Prophet is a core.
Yep. They could. I think it.
I
think it would be
it's
a
gonna be a mid-Prophet.
Look, here's the thing, though. Both Underlord and Prophet are green heroes,
seconds
so they're both
remaining.
available for Matumba Man to play.
Underlord's not green.
Look at his hat.
He's got a green hat. What are you on about?
It's not his hat. It's horns, and
No,
there's
no,
like
it's his hat.
it's a hat.
It's a hat.
I don't know if that's green.
I don't think that's a hat.
Portal to
It's
the
like we're going
Netherworld
with a hat.
Same thing.
Yeah, we're going with the hat.
Anyway, Matumba Man,
Because
I think,
Kyle
would
said
play
it
the
was a hat.
Underlord. Yeah, I want MC on the Prophet whenever you pick it. I'm sure they might switch it up, but MC Prophet's just so good. And I really like safe lane Underlord in a game like this because if you look at that tri lane from VGJ, a Prophet has like no issues. You run at the Witch Doctor, you pull the creeps.
Oh, that's
Hey.
There
the
you go.
keeper. Keeper, but then it probably is. Oh,
Or
it's keeper
Sanking.
sanking. Keeper
Yeah.
sanking dual lane.
See, that's interesting because now that lane will crush either Prophet or Underlord. Like, no matter what core they put down there, Sand King Coddle's going to have a really good time. And then, of course, Razor can go to either lane. Witch Doctor, one of the stronger laning supports.
5
And now they
seconds
also have
remaining.
last pick. I feel like if it's left unbanned, a Juggernaut is how you would finish this lineup for VGJ. They could go something like a sniper. I don't think you need a center of your star. You know,
They-
you got the
they-
back line, you got the Razor, you need
might-
something going in with him.
They might lean maybe more towards like some Luna.
Yeah.
Because it's VGJ Thunder.
Yeah.
But I can see the Juggernaut working like really well with their lineup.
It's this we talked about before. Anytime
And the
you-
healing ward is very good against, like personally for me, like against Earth Spirit. Like any kind of overtime heal is
Yeah.
really good against the Magnetize.
Yep, and there's no cancel for a spin TP right now. Liquid, of course, having last pick, but I just when I look at the way China's playing right now, I think heroes like Jug give them the best chance because it's a carry hero that can rotate, that can pressure towers, that scales, and also provides a little bit of team utility. I just like the concept, but it's that same thing where they just have pretty low damage, assuming Liquid buys a pipe. Like at this point, a pipe just negates all their damage.
Come
And
on,
that's the issue with
Death
Jug.
Ward, Death Ward,
That-
Death Ward.
Yep,
That's some damage.
That's the issue with Jug too, though, is that I don't think he will do enough damage to actually threaten Liquid unless he has a completely
they have
free game.
very good lanes though. I think maybe with Kotal, if the Kotal and Sand King pulls ahead far enough, the damage problem would be
Yeah.
negated a little.
Yep, I agree.
An AM ban.
Yeah, they're gonna Jug.
Okay.
Thinking about it like other mids, you could pick like a sniper, but I'm concerned he would just die. Could be an interesting TA game, but you need damage. Like you need so much damage on VGJ right now. I'm not sure what you go for.
Dragonite, no, bad.
No, they can't. You're gonna get run over.
Team
like a Pugnathus
Liquid's
or
turn
something
to
then?
pick.
I'm going to go for the Jug.
I like it. It makes sense, but Liquid has last pick now, and I feel like they're already in a position where you look at their lineup advantage. It's like, whatever, okay.
And Broodmother.
That would be.
10
That's
seconds
actually a
Yeah, that's
great
actually
pick.
quite good.
That's a great pick. The only issue is that what are you putting Miracle on? If they want to
Yeah.
put Miracle Prophet and pick a Brood, that'd be hype.
And they go
Sniper.
for Sniper, okay.
may now
They go for
select
slightly less cheesy.
I like it though.
Underlord with Sniper is really good because
Yeah.
Underlord provides the tank. He's going to be in front. He's going to be a big nuisance, and Pit and the Shrapnel is really, really good synergy together.
It's a Matumba Man Sniper, a Miracle
Miracle
Prophet.
Prophet. Whoa.
I like this. I like this a
Okay.
lot. The Prophet crushes Razor in the laning phase. You just cannot play the game. They're going to safe lane.
Safe lane Sniper.
Yeah, but the lane's just going to be pushed into him, right? So as long as he doesn't
He
get
doesn't
go,
care.
he should be fine.
Yep.
With the Nurse Spirit there, it's actually a really good kill setup for the Coddle. And then off lane, you have an Underlord who's just going to suffer. But I think as long as Prophet's against Razor, Liquid's got the game.
Okay, Jack, which way?
Yeah, I think I'm going with Liquid this game.
The only thing to consider is whether VGJ.Thunder can pull out the laning phase well, because I think that's their only win condition in this game. And based on the last game, I think it would be pretty hard for them to pull it off. So I'm going with Liquid.
Okay.
No, crap. Can I... What are you going for, Jack?
He's gone for Liquid
Oh,
as well.
no.
Okay.
This makes me a lot more confident about my prediction. Let's keep the screen like that. Liquid all the way.
Okay, all right. I thought you went for Liquid, but that's fine. 2 for one and 1 for the other. We're into game number 2. Liquid need this one to make the main event quarterfinal upper bracket themselves, or can VGJ.Thunder uphold some Chinese honor finally inside the arena? Let's head back to ODPixel.
Thank you very much, Red Eye. Yes, looking forward to this one. We're getting some fun stuff coming out for Liquid. As was said, of course, the Miracle Prophet, something that has been seen before on this LAN.
Yes.
But the Matumba Man Sniper. Is this going to be what Liquid need to get that 2-0, or do you sort of fancy VGJ.Thunder's chances a little bit more this time around?
I don't know. I think this one's going to be hard. I think GH on his Earth Spirit is probably his best hero, and also they double down in order to counter this Razor, right? Like, traditionally, we've been seeing the Razor picked up, and sometimes like you don't really have like all these ranged heroes so that he can't get the link, or that he can get the link. And now there's actually like not really great link targets. It's just really the Underlord that he can get in like the laning phase. But they're gonna try to dodge that matchup. So Nature's Prophet and Sniper trying to get close to those heroes as a Razor is extremely difficult. And Kyle was saying it, like playing Razor versus Nature's Prophet is real painful. And Underlord, after watching that last game, like my control was so shut down, and then he gets like level 5. He didn't even have level 4 Firestorm, and they just make their way into the pit. I think that could be another thing that happens this game. Get a quick medallion.
Oh, absolutely.
If they even want to do that, or just tank it with Treants and use Firestorm to abuse that Rosh. So I think Thunder has to keep their eyes on the Roshan pit within those first like 12, 14 minutes.
Around the runes here, a bit of a battle and Miracle. We'll be able to force them away, grab that. So Liquid will get all 4 bounty runes. A very tasty start for them for the lanes.
I actually haven't seen teams getting 4 bounty runes either in a while. And Liquid also this time around having a pretty different draft from what we're used to seeing from them. So they're starting to adapt in these best of 3s, because having now Sniper and Nature's Prophet, they usually tend to have Matumba Man on a very one of his traditional heroes. He's starting to branch out a little more, especially with the Sniper pick.
I'll see how he does in this 1v1 against Freeze for the most part that we'll see. Freeze get a bit of a static link off and do the stun. Not the best amount of base damage on the Sniper, so Freeze should have a good shot at coming out on top if he keeps getting those little links off. And the side lanes as they are, is this the who got the matchups that they wanted then, looking at these lanes?
I mean, I think Liquid's going to be happy. They have they have a Underlord in the safe lane who's going to be getting a decent amount out of this. He is versus, I think, the lane that Thunder wanted to have, though. The Juggernaut plus Witch Doctor, they have kill threat with the Maledict. But I don't think Liquid's too upset with that when it's in the safe lane.
Let's see. So in terms of Thunder's lineup, what are sort of the gleaming strengths of it? What can you imagine the intentions are with these heroes? What's the plan?
Well, I think they in particular want to have this Jug carry the game almost by himself. Because like we were mentioning, the Razor, he should in theory have a pretty tough time versus this Sniper Nature's Prophet core. So they're going to really need to put a lot of their eggs in the Sylar basket to have an excellent game. And you see they changed the priority this time around too. In the last game, they got their Sanking Blink pretty damn late, so that he wasn't actually able to do too much with it. This time they put it in a core role. So they're trying to get him to be that initiator early on. Yeah. So they can actually play at a faster pace. Because the last time it just felt like they just got ran over at one point.
Yeah, and sort of
small mistakes.
As you touched upon earlier, if they don't have the blink on the Sanking, it's very hard for any of the heroes really to start a fight.
Yeah.
VGJ.Thunder, they absolutely have to have that initiation. Up top, Yang, and then onto Miracle. Up to get himself around that.
This mid lane is
It's
not going well. Ooh, but now the DD rune, GH.
Miracle, he wants to join in for this one, and he'll find it. First blood for Miracle there, thanks to GH's setup and to do that damage. But you should say, yeah, this mid lane, Matuma suffering.
GH still has DD.
He's going to kick back Freeze, and that double damage rune, I'll tell you what, that's done a whole lot of wonders for Liquid with those 2 kills, especially in that mid lane, because Matuma, that CS, it ain't amazing.
He kind of baited Freeze a little bit there, right? He has minus 112 damage.
That bottom, Sylar. He's not got Blade Fury, he's already used it. The paralyzing cast bounces, though, will hold Mind Control back. Mind Control, thinking about looking towards DDC. Sylar will be fine with the Voodoo Restoration, such Kuro has to TP himself back to the base.
Look at the last hits on the Underlord. He's playing versus that melee hero, and he's in his own safe lane, so he can actually abuse him a little bit more.
And we saw what Mind Control was able to achieve without any farm, really, out of the laning stage last game. When he has it, it's going to be even scarier for Thunder.
Mid lane again.
GH realizing that this is where they really need to somehow sort of fix this offset that Freeze has managed to get in his favor, 12 for 7-9 for free. And with these rotations, it is allowing Matuma to catch back up.
They have a lot of kill threat with these two. Like, you see the skill, the way that Matu skilled, having 2 points in shrapnel. We've been seeing some people adapt and go for more points in headshot depending on the matchup, but this one is recognizing that the gap will be closed since he was behind and the Razor got boots early on, so he wants to focus on magic damage. But soon boots will be out on the sniper, and that'll help him a lot. Sylar able to catch back up heavily in the last hits down bottom once he gets some levels.
They're going to try for Miracle here. Yang holding the burrow strikes to get the maximum burst out. Quick kick from GH though. Sends Miracle down, goes for the sprout, TP out. There's no way to cancel that. He's out of there. Quick heads up play there from Liquid to make sure the Miracle does not die. Bottom lane, Mind Control. Looking to DDC. Kuroki did have the hole for the moment with the kinetic field.
That attack was pretty far there by the Underlord.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Reached through the tree.
3 kills for Liquid so far. The farm still looking pretty even. There is, as I said, that top lane is getting so much priority from Thunder. All about what this Sand King can do. Yang, with what looks to, if it continues like this, should be a good Blink Dagger timing. Good lane with Matuma. Pretty much entirely caught up to Freeze's CS.
Yep. Having boots now, we were mentioning, he can actually distance himself from the Razor. And it's always scary, like Freeze. They've got 3 heroes right now on the side of Liquid. Freeze.
Gonna make the play here, Freeze. Has to back himself off. DDC with the cast, the Maledict onto GH will hold back the Earth Spirit. Hiroki and GH not with quite enough control to set up for another kill from Matuma.
Yeah, Kuro was actually holding his skill point there. Gets the glimpse as soon as they almost get the roll in, but wasn't able to close the gap onto that Razor.
Yang and Fade just able to clean up the bigger creeps here. That side camp.
Yeah, look at it. It's no small items in between. It's just a wand straight into Blink Tag on the Sand King. So you can see how much they really want to make sure to get that initiation early on in this game.
Up top though, GH is coming, wants to try and punish this top lane of Thunders. The turn though, Yang with the burrow strike, Fade looking to build up the blast. Pod Smash comes in, Fade getting right click down though by Miracle. Miracle pushing back Yang as well again. GH, you said it, you know, this is his hero, and he's certainly alleviating some of the issues from multiple lanes. They take the bounty rune as well, underneath the nose of DDC. Mango and Maledict popped. That right click should not be enough. He's got a Fairy Fire if needed, and the Shrine is also available there for GH.
All 3 lanes going extremely well for Liquid. Bottom though, Jug's still farming, and Sand King as well top farming just fine.
Yeah, the side lanes for Thunder, they're not going bad at all. As they get that level 6, there's definite kill potential. Maybe less on Mind Control. Also that 900 HP, pretty damn tanky, but there's the phase boost on Sylar as well. So it's a little harder for Liquid to truly catch out this Juggernaut and to get a kill on him. Even with Kuroki here, as long as that Blade Fury is always available, Sylar should feel pretty safe down on this bottom lane.
He might want to just either try to kill one of the supports when possible, if he can isolate them, or maybe even make a rotation onto the sniper. He's got to be careful a bit bottom here.
With GH, there is certainly potential to find him.
Rotation.
Yang goes in the gap. He's found the burrow strikes, going for the epi, chases down Matuma. TPs are coming through. Matuma Man pretty far away. Freeze can he get the touch, and he can't. Matuma Man keeps the distance. GH rolls in to pick up one. They've got the boulder smash, glimpse back into the assassinate as Liquid turn up in numbers to save Matuma Man, turn it around, not only get 2 kills by the looks of it, they're going to try for DDC as well as he's come in. But his teammates are already dead. He throws out the cast behind him, but GH rolls forward, finds the connection. They are moving in, the face boots on Miracle helping them chase down, and they've found it. They clean up 3 heroes in the mid lane there, Liquid, as they turn up in force and turn that play that Thunder were trying for entirely on its head.
Just that slight movement speed there coming in. You see Sanking 340 movement speed, and Shrapnel gets
He knows they're low. He's going to go for the Omni Slash. Can he actually find the final touch? He can't. The Sprout. Miracle holds back Sylar. He can't close the gap, and now he's in trouble. Blade Fury is being used aggressively. He can't get himself out of there. As Sylar says, 3 of my teammates have fed mid. I want to join in too.
Thunder's kind of starting to fall apart here. They really just want to punish Matu, but there's small things, just small little movement speed things there coming in, and also My Control TP'd in and actually bottled the sniper as well. I don't think that he was actually going to die anyway, but just every little thing, just trying to make sure that they can keep everybody alive. And 8-0 already for Liquid.
Kicking off pretty early this time around, Liquid.
It almost feels like Thunder's feeling a bit desperate, right, with those rotations, especially with the Sanking, who is free farming top, getting close to Blink Dagger. He just runs mid to try to kill this sniper.
A movement from Sylar as well, definitely. They're feeling like the definition of desperation.
Felt forced, right?
He had the Omni Slash, he wanted to try and use it, but...
Bottom, maybe they can actually find a kill here on My Control.
With the 3, they should certainly have a chance on this one. TPs are coming in, but with the Maledict on Mind Control, there's no way he survives. 1-1 that. Nature's Wrath, though, bringing DDC down pretty low. Got the Healing Ward and the Voodoo Restoration, so they will be fine for now. So at least Thunder able to get themselves on the board in terms of kills. Mid lane, getting pressure. Matuma Man, he's nearly taken this tier 1 tower.
They're thinking about TPing behind with the Nature's Prophet, too.
Miracle. He's got it. They've got the Sprout, the Control, the Burst, Freeze has gone. Liquid starting to look incredibly scary. Kuro, he'll let VGJ have a 3B. As he will fall, but it's a bit of a bait here. As Mind Control now, he can look to turn. Takes down the Witch Doctor. There's a few punches in onto Sylar. They are baiting Mind Control to play for this. They have the epicenter jump in from Yang, and they will set up for 2 kills. GH trying to clean up and move Miracle 2 being in as well. They've got the Sprout. Sylar trying to run himself away, pops the 1 charges. He'll be able to keep himself alive, but Yang will not be quite as fortunate. Assassinate from Matuma Man. As again, these responses from Liquid coming in time and time again, making sure that despite VGJ Thunder's best efforts to secure Sylar a good game, they're having to pay with multiple lives.
Such quick movements, such quick responses. And I think Liquid's okay with that one, right? They lose support and they lose their Underlord. Sure, the Underlord's very farmed, but they net themselves a big kill and it's an epicenter use too, which is a lot of the damage that Thunder does have at the moment. Thunder is very reliant actually on Epi in this game for team fighting potential. They're very limited besides that. But that is the blink reveal, pretty early.
He's going to get some punches in onto Fade. Look at the body blocks as well with the Treants. Fade. He's getting himself deep behind the tower though. Miracle at the moment won't look to go any deeper. Keep the Treants on him.
Kroki's trying to get the glimpse. Can't get in range. Quick smoke movement by Thunder now.
See what sort of reaction they can make happen. They look towards GH. So jump forward with the Burrow Strike. They've got the burst and control. GH is dead. And Thunder find anything more out of this. They don't have, as you say, epicenter for 40 seconds. They want to try and put at least a stop to this tier 1 attempt from Liquid on the top lane. Base is there for Matuma down bottom. Sylar has Omni Slash again available, but very hard for him to close that gap. Miracle TP's back towards mid. Make sure that he can continue his farm now, looking for the Orchid on top of the drums, which he has got ready to send out to him.
Liquid probably wants to fight here. They've got Magnetize available on GH. Kuroki's not quite 6, but they have a lot more bonus damage now with this Earth Spirit. They're even going to bring the Sniper and smoke him to try to punish this and get a tower out of several kills too. Epi's back up though for Thunder.
And GH, he's going to put a stop to it straight away. Comes in with a 2-man boulder smash. Silence onto the Sand King. There's nothing Yang can offer to this fight. With the TP across from Miracle, he's got the lockdown onto DDC. He'll cancel the assassinate to a man onto the Witch Doctor because he'll turn towards Freeze instead as VGJ Thunder lose 3 again. Liquid just giving no chances to VGJ Thunder each and every time. outplaying them. The only benefit for Thunder at the moment is the fact that they do have Sylar farming.
Yeah.
But compared to the 3 cores of Liquid, it's not looking great at all for Thunder.
They're really punishing the fact that you look at Thunder's lineup and they have a Coddle plus Witch Doctor. So the playmaking coming out from the 2 supports is very limited. And we mentioned, they picked Nature's Prophet, they picked Sniper to be able to shut down this Razor, and look at Freeze's net worth at the moment.
I don't want to.
Bottom 3, 0 and 4.
Oh dear.
And Liquid looking to stay on the aggressive here. They do have Static Storm too. And they actually, with their ward placed down, they will be able to de-ward instantly the little vision that Thunder did have on the map. And looking to continue the pressure.
Hank does have Epi, but can they really jump a miracle? TP out.
Mind Control actually started Roche already as Underlord.
All right.
This is that we were talking about, like the 10 to 14 minute mark where they did it the last time.
It's a good spell. Look how much damage he's already done to Roche alone. Not bad at all, and now for the rest of the team turning up. A very, very easy Roshan for Liquid. As again, we are starting to see them build together the momentum to really put potentially an early finish to this game at this rate, as the Roshan to be a key part of Liquid's victory in game 1. And this game 2, it just feels just a bit of extra on the side, as this time around, Liquid already cruising ahead before they even look to take that Roshan.
Yeah, they're really just taking advantage of the fact that Thunder can't make too many aggressive moves without the Sanking Epi. Like Coddle, you see, has just been pretty much farming the majority of this game. Has the 4 staff, gonna go for the Aghanims next. And even Sylar, he's going for a straight Battle Fury build. He's not going for the Yasha first, which could really punish them a lot. They're not gonna be able to take these fights head on into Liquid's draft. And there's already a mech finished on Mind Control too, so the damage that was already limited on Thunder is gonna be even more so.
Look at this wraparound as well, mid Liquid. Very much primed to dive in. Kuroki's ready to catch them out with the Static Storm.
He got his ward de-warded behind the tower, and he placed an exact identical one. That means that's just showing how much Liquid really wants to threaten this tier 2.
I know they can control this area and get as much use out of that one D before they know it's going to eventually go away again. Trying to come forward, VGJ, but Fade. Being sniped, they've got the vision here for the glimpse onto Freeze. Not
Bit
quite
deep.
follow it up. Hang is primed on the high ground with the epicenter, but Liquid keeping the distance. Bottom lane, Miracle eyes onto Sylar. Sylar does push this wave in.
Thunder's doing a good job of slowing this down, but top starting to get poked out a little by creeps, but the Coddle pushing out this mid wave constantly. They're reading what Liquid wants to do. Liquid now, they're actually going to smoke and go for this Coddle.
Let's see if they can do it here. Same time around, Thunder looking for the jump immediately on top of Matuma Man. Crucial way to start the fight, but he has the Aegis. So he can look to turn things around. GH is having to walk past them all, and in fact, he has been controlled up. The damage coming through for DDC. Can they finish him off? Liquid, they're going to look to just get out of there. Mind Control taking Matuma Man and Kuroki back to home, and he'll do it in time.
He actually saves them all.
Just saves them. As Kuro nearly did fall there to the damage of Sylar.
That was like both teams actually had the same idea there. They wanted to get the wraparound there. So Thunder, they smoke on the lower side, and Liquid, they smoke and try to get the wraparound to catch this Coddle. But because of that Aegis, because of that early Roshan, Liquid definitely coming out ahead in that.
Can Sylar carry Thunder through this? There's so much weight on this Juggernaut. He has nearly got the Battle Fury.
They're looking for Miracle down bottom. They might actually be able to catch him here.
See if they can find a connection. They've got the Burrow Strike. Sylar's in. Miracle just goes for the straight TP out. He's hoping that crits won't be there, and even if they were, no way that they would have enough damage to cut down that Nature's Prophet. Mid lane, DDC. The poor old Witch Doctor getting glimpsed back into the control of Mind Control. DDC hits the sidelines, 30 seconds. They're getting good pressure onto the tower here, Liquid. 16 minutes in, they will claim a second tier 2 from Thunder.
And their 3 cores still farming just incredibly well, while Thunder's, they're starting to be limited a bit. That Sanking and Razor have gone behind the Coddle, and the glimpse comes out.
They've got the vision. Another kill here for Liquid, as they now lead 18 to 5, 7K lead at 16 minutes in. They do have the Battle Fury complete on Sylar.
They're trying their best not to give too much space to Thunder. Kuroki porting bottom. They get the Orchid. The glimpse.
Again. Kuro constantly in place. to find these extra bit of catches and control. And at the same time, mid lane, mind control is getting gone upon, but he's going to look to turn. Gets the Firestorm a bit out. He's brought Freeze down with him. Assassinate from Matuma Man claims the second life of VGJ Thunders, and only DDC left standing.
Just porting into the base too. They want to keep going.
Then they're going to be able to do as well, with very minor repercussions, if any at all, as Thunder just cannot strike back at this stage. 22-6, 17 minutes in. It has not been a great morning for the Chinese teams, Fog.
It definitely has not been.
As Liquid, they may have had sort of their shaky performances in the BO1s, but this BO3 on the main stage, Liquid certainly showing us that power.
They're showing it no chill, right? They're looking at their lineup and they're like, all right, this Razor's kind of out of the game at this point. Sanking's having to make so many forced movements that he's not really farming. He's not able to push lanes out, and it's always Thunder now reacting to Liquid. And when Liquid, they have a disruptor, they can keep getting these pickoffs constantly. And with that early Orchid pickup bottom by Miracle, they get that big kill on Sylar. Now Thunder trying to look for a play here.
If they could get on top of Matuma Man,
not gonna happen.
They didn't want to jump it. They had the vision from the ward, but didn't feel confident going for that sniper kill. Now look for GH instead. It's just the support, but it's still something. He'll try and roll himself away, but with Maledict and Death Ward down, he'll fall. Now, can they find kills in response? Kuro there with a Static Storm, blocking off the escape of Thunder. They're going to get Yang, potentially Yang, gets himself up to the high ground, but the glimpse again. Kuro's got the control as they pick up both Freeze and Yang. Buyback from GH as he really wants to keep this going. Matuma Man trying to chase down. Into the buyback now in return. Good on the Sash and Maledict and cast. That's a big play there for Thunders. They're going to be able to pick up two. Liquids. Greed, they're getting punished. GH did also buy back for this one. Can they get him? They're going to be able to find the block. VGJ Thunder strike back. They find three.
Liquid walking up into a choke point there. Definitely a big mistake, getting punished by that cast, just bouncing between them with the Maledict.
Just getting a little ahead of themselves. I mean, of course, Liquid still maintaining the lead, but those sort of plays exactly what Sylar needs to get himself back towards the top. I mean, he's still second highest in the net worth. With this Battle Fury Jug, he can certainly continue to farm, push out the waves pretty efficiently.
We said it, right? In the beginning of the draft, or beginning of the game, it's really going to be up to this Juggernaut to carry this for his team. And you see the Coddle now doing pretty damn well, though. Halfway toward the Aghanim, so he will be able to stall the game out for this Jug to try to get big enough to carry by himself. Because the Razor still needs a lot more time to really be back in this game. 1, 6, and 4 on Freeze. Going for a BKB first item. And Liquid, it doesn't look like they want to slow down by any means. They've got the Guardian Greaves finished up on the Underlord, and they want to claim these last two tier 2s. Miracle. TPing in to 3 heroes.
He's looking for Sylar. A little bit of a risky one to go for, especially right by the shrine, as it is up and available. The other 4 of Liquid, ready to start taking, as you said, this final lane of tier 1s and tier 2 towers. GH. Sam.
Trying to
on DDC. Again, the vision's there. Kuro's got the control. And again, another catch from Kuro's Disruptor. His team consistently giving him the vision for him to make the plays. Bottom lane, Miracle will come forward with Shadow Blade. There is a push coming through from Thunder. Sylar getting the wave right up to the tower. Has the backup of Fade and Freeze behind him, but more TPs in from Liquid. GH looking to join forces with Miracle to see if they can find an opportunity to make a play against this push of Thunder.
Bottom lane, they get the successful scan onto the Sanking, but top at the same time too. GH
they're going to open up. The healing ward's already out though. With some nice little micro, Sylar can keep the regeneration going to find himself safe. Down bottom, Yang looking to open up onto Mind Control. They have got the Blade Fury to get himself out of the Static Storm. He's trying to finish off a kill here, but Mind Control is going to take them all home. They'll put a stop to the push, but will not be able to find any of the lives of Liquid. But still, this is Thunder. Keeping the game going, holding things back, and as you say, Fade, getting very close to having the Aghanim Scepter. But considering the early pace that Liquid were able to play, the fact that Thunder is still yet to give up a tier 3 tower or racks, it's, in the grand scheme of things, it is good news for VGJ.
Yeah, they've been starting to get like that split push going with the Juggernaut a lot of times with that Battle Fury and trying to just get Liquid off their mark, make them split up, not let them do that 5-man death ball with the Underlord as we've seen time and time again.
Here we go, the smoke up from Liquid. They still have that advantage if they can get the jump. Very hard for VGJ Thunder to respond. Sylar backed up by DDC. They're just outside of the vision of Liquid. See if anyone gets caught out. They're board freezing as well. VGJ
see
Thunder have good
Matumba.
numbers. In fact, they're going to be the ones to make the jump straight away. Onto the sniper. Look at the Matumba Man. They'll commit the Omni Slash. They want Matumba Man out of this fight, and they will get it. Blade Fury from Sylar finishes him off. That's the sniper down for 50 seconds. Liquid now starting to split up and back away. They don't want to take this fight without one of their cores, but VGJ Thunder certainly do. Burrow Strike comes in from Yang. They have the control onto Mind Control as they get the double kill for Sylar.
Great rotations coming out. They're using their wards at the best bet. They're just playing around their vision and catching with the sniper whenever he does show. Miracle jumps in, but the Sanking's actually just waiting for him there.
He's a bit more backup though, Yang, if he wants to go for the kill, and it's not quite there, so Miracle will get away. Lead after standing up on that high ground, nearly finding the tier 3 tower as well, as it stands incredibly low in the mid lane.
And Aghanim is pretty much done on the Coddle now.
Still plays as well. Looking at the item build from Sylar, he realizes his importance of just staying alive in these fights. SMY into BKB. He knows he has to get stuck in, and in a way that's going to be very hard for Liquid to control him. They do have a fair bit of right click between the sniper and the Nature's Prophet, but I mean, with the Maelstrom build as well, very nice to have the BKB to stop a lot of that damage coming through.
He needs to go for that BKB so he doesn't just get controlled by Static Storm as well as Earth Spirit. And the Orchid, of course.
And with SMY and BKB, you're pretty beefy.
Yep. He can just try to commit toward that backline. So I wouldn't be surprised to go something like BKB and Blink Dagger maybe to try to get on top of the sniper.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've seen each of these fights, if they are able to get on top of Matumba, it's very likely that VGJ Thunder, despite still being at a slight gold deficit, they can come out on top of these fights, keep the game going.
Yeah, they've got 20 seconds till daytime too, and they've purchased a gem to be able to try to look for these fights. And the thing that they've been doing also pretty well is the recalls in the fight. So they're able to bring the numbers in all these situations to make sure they can actually take the fights versus Liquid. And now they're getting these constant D wards because of that gem being picked up, and daytime will hit. So Liquid getting pushed back a bit. Roche respawning in about 5 seconds. Bottom lane. Looking for the Sanking.
Instant blink out. Very hard to catch Yang with the Nature's Prophet opening. Even with the silence coming, always a chance to blink away.
Yeah. And Freeze is almost caught back up in this one. He's still pretty far behind, of course, but having the BKB will give him a lot easier way to just charge in and be that frontline hero that they really need him to be, because you look at the draft and they didn't really have that normal frontliner, so he has to kind of act as that one so the Juggernaut can do all the damage.
The Sylar gets that tier 1 tower off top.
It's almost #1 net worth now.
BKB closing in for him. Matumba Man also has the crucial item, pick up the full out Hurricane Pike, so now at least if he does get jump upon, he has that little bit of a chance to keep the distance.
They've got all this ward vision down bottom from Thunder, so they are aware of the positioning of Liquid.
Let's see if they can make a jump on it as they make the move across the mid lane, smoked up.
And it's daytime too, so they've got this Coddle day vision, as well as the heals coming out from the blasts.
See what they can find. Sylar leading the push here. Still really relying on Yang to be the one to open things up. Fabe will bring in Freeze. They want to take this fight. They want to find the kills. Matumba Man actually seeping out of this one, so Mind Control. Everyone's still around, but I think he's aware. They know that something spooky's going on, and Mind Control riffs out of there. The whole of Liquid will avoid this smoke gang.
Good map read. They hadn't seen anybody on the side of Thunder for a long time. The lanes are starting to push in.
And look what is up. The Roshan is there. This has been the key play for Liquid.
Yeah, they're going to try to, so you see Miracle instantly look ports mid. They're just going to try to shove these lanes out so they can actually get a position where they can go try to sneak that Roche away from Thunder.
I mean, this time around, I would not be surprised if we see Thunder find an opportunity to get out there. The only sort of downside at the moment being is the lack of vision around this area. So it's all up to Thunder to have just a good sort of sense and awareness of the map to realize when Liquid do eventually look to go back into that pit. Miracle, very high kill participation in this game. No surprises, of course, the way he's been playing the Prophet.
Yeah. Liquid's just trying to avoid a fight until it's nighttime. They don't want to fight into Coddle during the day.
And the BKB is done for Sylar.
BKB done for Sylar, and I believe a Blink Dagger is on the menu next for Freeze. Same kind of thing that we were saying with like, the Jug. He probably wants to get one soon too, so he can just get on top of that sniper, get in the backlines on those supports.
Absolutely. See what they can find. VGJ Thunder again.
They've got a minute left on their daytime.
They really want to try and do something with it, as they know as soon as that nighttime hits, Liquid will look to play the advantage and try and bully them away from the Roshan pit. VGJ.Thunder,
They're going to make their way in.
They know with that last bit of daytime, they need to go for this daytime Roche play. Can Liquid contest it? They're going to smoke, they're heading over. We are going to see a clash around the pit.
Sanking's positioned on the high ground there. Breaks the smoke.
Mind control, trying to catch him out if he was hiding there, but indeed with his position on the cliff, it's still pretty good. Border smash comes out just onto the two of them. But with it still being daytime and the heals coming from outside of the pit, VGJ.Thunder, they're going to be able to do it. GH trying to come in for the steal, the Roshan down. VGJ.Thunder fighting it, Freeze will pick it up.
The Epi hits too.
They get the Roche, they get the Aegis, and now Liquid, they have to get out of there. They have lost DDC as Miracle comes in from the back line, but GH will fall. VGJ.Thunder making the play. They're in. During those moments of daytime, getting Roshan, getting the Aegis onto Freeze, and Liquid can't put a stop to it. And now, only a 1K lead for Liquid. VGJ.Thunder swinging this entire game around, as after a blisteringly fast start from Liquid, Thunder are slowing down the pace. This Keeper of the Light, this Juggernaut combo, the way that Sylar's keeping his cool. And again, we'll see around the pit. GH, he nearly had the timing. It took some time for the Aegis to be picked up, in fact. As you see.
He got disabled, though, on the Earth Spirit. But yeah, that was a great move by Thunder. They're just taking advantage of the last moments of their daytime. They're recognizing that Liquid taking the team fights now is very difficult when they've got this BKB on the Jug. And as we were mentioning, next item for Sylar will be that Blink Dagger, as well as a Yasha for the Razor.
And he's very close as well after that. The cheese ready to play. Sylar.
You can feel how much Liquid now has switched the roles around. They're on the back foot heavily in this game now.
And just looking at the individual net worth as well. You've got these 3 cores of Liquid and then Sylar sitting at the top. In the past, he has fallen and Liquid has done it, but this time, he really wants to hit back. They've got the cast onto GH. The Static Storm sort of being whiffed as it will catch nobody. BKB pop from Freeze as they'll head forward, take down the Earth Spirit. Assassinate will be out onto Fade. It'll be quite enough damage to Pete the old man. Fade be able to ride his pony out of there.
Was that both BKBs used? No, it was just the Razors. So Liquid not having a, like we're mentioning, the Blink Dagger on the Sand King, they have that instant form of initiation in starting the fight on Thunder. While you look at Liquid's, they were more about just like getting that group up and going with the Underlord. They don't have a Blink on the Earth Spirit. He's gone for the Yule, so they don't have a way to just instantly start the fight. And because of all this too, the net worth is pretty even, but the experience is the big one there. Thunder's been able to kind of split the map up more and get those higher levels.
And look at this play around mid. They're looking for Kura, Mind Control, jump forward from Yang. We'll just go for the one-man Burrow trap, but it's the setup for the Omni Slash. They turn towards Mind Control, Matuma Man trying to help out the team, but Mind Control is going to be able to rift out in time. Falls to the side there by the Hurricane Pike. He's not going to make it though. And now Matuma Man's in trouble. Use the Hurricane Pike to try and save the Underlord, but it's going to cost him his own life because there's no way for him to get out. Sylar with the triple kill. This Juggernaut absolutely popping off this game, and they're finding more by the looks of it. Yang tries for the burrow onto GH. They've got the cast, Maledict as well. Sylar sliding forward.
Miracle takes the racks during it though.
They are going to be stunned up by the mana. VGJ.Thunder fine for, but indeed, melee racks down in the middle lane. Miracle does find the rat play, but it's cost them 4 lives. Thunder are moving in. No sniper or Earth Spirit to worry about for at least 20 or so seconds.
Miracle just has to try to keep cutting the waves and everything now, because you can feel Thunder, they're way stronger in their team fights now with all this, and it's going to be about 1 minute till day. So they could look to even threaten the high ground here. They've got the recall to bring the Razor in too.
And they're pushing him. They're not holding back him. They've still got that Aegis. Sylar cleaning out the wave. They've got all the sustain. Still is night time at the moment though, but they have that healing, well, they have the Voodoo Restoration. That doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. They nearly claim this tier 3 with those siege creeps. They should find it, and they do. The catapults finish it off. VGJ.Thunder claim the tier 3 tower, but they are down that melee racks. So trades are being made, but Thunder now overall with the net worth advantage.
And it's going to be daytime in about 20 seconds too.
We'll see this again.
Look at that wraparound. Mike, I want to see how close the Dark Rift actually was to getting up.
It looked like it was
about to actually finish.
Because Matuma Man here, he shoves Mind Control to the side to give him an extra bit of space. But it
I think it had like point something. I don't know how many seconds. Just wasn't enough. Yeah, the Guardian Greaves almost saved him though there. That extra armor you get once it ticks down. The Thunder leading the charge after being at a bit of a disadvantage in that early game.
Thunder are feeling it here.
Yeah.
See what they can find around the pit. DD Rune being left there as maybe sort of a bait.
Liquid is under all vision right now by Thunder.
Gonna bring Sylar and jump in him, but Sylar, he has managed to find the double damage ring. Post the BKB, turns straight towards Matuma Man. Mind control, go for the rift out. The Omni Slash is committed. The Omni Slash bounces though! Sylar with the RNG! He Omni Slashes across the tree line, up the cliff, and he gets the kill on Matuma Man. I mean,
I've never seen an Omni jump like that far.
I can't quite believe that.
That was, all right.
Sylar.
Very fortunate. And now you see.
All skill, mate.
Every time you have a Keeper of the Light with your lineup, you're able to do this. You can deal with the Nature's Prophet split push. That's why the Coddle is pretty damn good versus Furion in most stages. But bottom, Miracle, the dust.
He's caught out. He'll try and turn towards Freeze, but Freeze, he's got back up. He'll pop the BKB, a little worried there. But again, VGJ.Thunder finding these crucial kills. That's 70 seconds without the threat of Miracle's Prophet pushing out your lanes.
And they can keep going for these plays, as I was just mentioning. They can TP down and respond to the Nature's Prophet constantly because you look at this Coddle, he can just recall and they can keep pressuring other places as well.
We'll see this again. These are, I don't know how many targets he could have potentially jumped to. I think it was at least a couple. Little Monk Joe was close to
the DD room.
And this jump, could have gone to Kuro, could have gone over to Miracle, but no, over the tree line. I think bounces once on Kuro, once to Matuma Man, and gets that crucial kill, which means that Liquid aren't getting everyone home tonight. And Matuma Man, he can't quite believe it. He can't quite believe that.
2 minutes till nighttime. Thunder in a very comfortable spot now, as they have been for quite a while now, for the past like 8 minutes. Even though Miracle did get that Rax, you can just feel Liquid. They cannot take the head-on fights versus this lineup.
The high ground pushes are going to be another thing, though. There is this sniper in play.
Sniper and Underlord, yeah.
They've definitely got ways to hold the high ground, Liquid.
They do have to watch themselves, though, because of those blink daggers that were picked up by the big chorus of Thunder. They now have the 3 blinks on the chorus to just jump into the backlines and try to catch somebody, and scan comes out. They are aware that Liquid's just in their base.
Sylar, he's waltzing around with 7k gold. He has got the butterfly queued up. He'll look to pick it up. Well, certainly pretty shortly, Miracle. Keeping eyes on Sylar.
They summon the treants. They're going for the Dark Rift
They
play.
are. They've got the silence. Sylar pretty speed. Oh, they brought in a whole team. Jeez.
He's got BKB, though.
He's got to get out of that. He's running himself away. Kuroki may be looking for the vision for a glimpse play. Can he quite find it? In fact, Sylar jumps in. He's like, you want me? I'll come and get you. Epicenter from Yang. They're trying to fight back here. Yang falling pretty low though. Now Sylar is without Flame Fury. But he only slashes himself just before the Static Storm comes down. There's still 4 heroes
but now
here.
Liquid's all here.
He's going to pop the cheese. Sylar, can he keep himself alive? He can't. Liquid get the Juggernaut kill. They've taken down Sylar for 80 seconds, and now more casualties from VGJ.Thunder. They lose DDC. There's a buyback from the Sand King, but he's brought back, trying to get in. They're trying to find Matuma Man. Can Thunder hold this fight? They're looking towards Matuma. Matuma Man's turning though. Looks towards Yang. He's keeping his distance. They're all buying back here. Thunder wanting to get into this assassinate. Into the face of the Razor. Matuma Man peeps down Freeze. Yang hiding on the sideline. They're trying to get the vision hit. His position in the trees will keep him just safe enough. And in fact, Fade and DDC, they do find Matuma. They're able to take the sniper away. But they are now without the Juggernaut for 50.
Miracle's looking for more.
Quick force and a Glimmer Cape onto the Coddle keeps him safe. Fade will be fine for now. And Yang will be recalled back to the high ground.
What a crazy set of plays coming out there. The teamwork by Liquid there with the Nature's Prophet, allowing his team to all Dark Rift up.
But now Liquid, they've got the advantage. They've got this pushing potential. Freeze can buy back, and he will. He needs to get in on this one. Yang opening up. If they can kill Miracle, it'll be huge. A big knockback there from the Coddle, keeping Freeze close, but the glimpse for Kuro takes Freeze back to base, gets the space for Miracle to get out.
Freeze knew he had to buy back, though. They're aware that if Liquid is able to claim a couple Raxes, that's where the game can start to be hard. When you're playing versus Nature's Prophet, if you lose Raxes, sure, you have the Coddle, so you can do the recall plays constantly, but Sylar committed for the Butterfly. So they had to do that just to make sure that they don't lose the Rax.
And as we saw there, so in total, that whole sort of series of events ending up in Thunder expending 4 buybacks. Liquid only had to do 1, just with Miracle. So if Liquid can punish this sort of pace to get there, is the Roshan available as well. So especially if Liquid can get into the pit, maybe take it without the the Warrior of Thunder contesting, because of the fact they do have 4 buybacks unavailable, then they can try and go for the GG push. But Thunder still holding him for now, and as you say, Sylar, because he didn't have the money, couldn't do it last fight, so at this rate, he at the least should have a second chance.
Liquid's in the pit now.
For the buybacks, but yeah, they're into this pit. Thunder, they're not going to be heading this way anytime soon. So Liquid will be able to find this. It is the third Roshan. Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard ready for the team.
Kuroki's queued up, and Aghanim's next on the Disruptor. That's going to be that could be very crucial for them to pick off, in particular, that Jug, because they've got the Yule setups on both the Earth Spirit as well as the Disruptor. So Yule's into Static Storm with Aghanims. You can't do anything about that. And GH now finally has his Blink Dagger finished on this Earth Spirit for Liquid to get those initiations. Close game.
Liquid back, certainly with the slight advantage having these Roshan consumables. And that much less of a worry of their overall buyback statuses.
That was that's such a cool play there. They did the same thing in the last game with the Underlord when they were using the Lone Druid Bear to try to just get the number advantage constantly, and they did it there too. Nature's Prophet, Underlord TP, just trying to catch Thunder off guard. So nighttime, go for another 2 minutes.
I mean, what is the player for Thunder? Is it, do you want to get aggressive, or because of those buybacks you absolutely can't? You have to wait for Liquid to go for a high ground push and then try and defend?
They have to get, it's all about like numbers. They have to be grouped up. They can't just go 1 by 1 like they did in that last time. That's why Liquid was able to force all those buybacks and force the fight so nicely. They really need that daytime. It does make it a lot harder though, because in the last few situations, the reason they were able to kill Matu beforehand was because he didn't have a BKB. So now with that BKB, he can be able to avoid that instant stun by the Sand King.
They're starting to sweep over.
Liquid, they're smoked. They know where Thunder is positioned at the moment because of that ward.
And they're going to catch GH. Jumps in. DDC the double force there, trying to get the Witch Doctor back to safety. They have the vision for the glimpse. DDC will get dragged back. A man down for 80 seconds. May just be the Witch Doctor, but this push that Liquid can achieve with the Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard, they need everything that they can get Thunder to have a chance at holding this back. It's Liquid. They've shoved up to the high ground. Tier 3 tower, a couple of pokes from the treants will do it. The Racks now exposed. Timmerman poking at them from the sidelines. Feels like he's missing every hit there. Backdoor protection will momentarily kick back in, but another wave. Back in range. And the jump forward, GH, they're going to open up the fight, goes straight away with the 2-man silence as well. He's caught out Sylar, jump in though, epicenter from Yang. They're committing immediately on top of Miracle. Miracle wants the cheese, he's still going to be able to survive for now. They've found Freeze, they've lost the Razor. Omni Slash though from Sylar, it's pretty damn huge. The Solar Crest from Mind Control helping out Miracle, but it's not enough. They've lost Miracle, they've lost Mind Control. Sylar found a double kill, but Thunder have lost 3. Mutumberman jumped upon Sylar with the Blade Fury Blink. Takes the Aegis out of the hands of the Sniper. Buyback from Mind Control, he wants to get back into the fight to help out his teammates. Witch Doctor's going to be back in 10. There's the Assassinate. Huddled down Sylar.
All the buybacks.
He's the only one left alive, and sure, Miracle's down with that buyback, but with 4 heroes on Liquid, they can push in, claim the second lane of Rax. And now they'll move down for the third. Sylar trying to commit onto GH, but he doesn't have the BKB. He's been silenced under the Glimmer Cape coming through. Can they keep Sylar alive? He gets the chance for the Blade Fury, trying to back up. The paralyzing cast bouncing over to Matumberman, holding back the Sniper. Sylar will be fine for now. DDC TP's back.
And Thunder, because they have to use all those buybacks earlier, they only have 2 heroes right now versus 4 of Liquid. And Liquid, they're looking for the Megas.
They will shortly have the BKB available again on Sylar. They do have Fortification, Thunder. DDC trying to head forward, but he goes straight into the pit of his death. Sylar's going to jump in onto Mutumberman, but again, Mind Control pops the Solar Crest down onto Mutumberman. Mutumberman will be fine. Kuroki, the self-fuels. He'll be okay. GH trying to keep himself to the side. Sylar being forced back to the base. He's got the healing ward in the tree line, so he can look to turn. Instant smash and silence the Static Storm as well. And Sylar held in place. He doesn't have BKB. They've controlled him. Sylar down, but he has buyback. 5 seconds, and he will have teammates as well. Sylar instantly chasing them down. He wants to keep this Rax alive. Jump forward for Freeze, but Freeze glimpse back. Will put the BKB so he can commit onto Kuroki. Kuroki will be found. They've got the Burrow Strike onto Mutumba. Thunder.
The throne is dying though. It's 2,000 HP. There's creeps on it.
Defend the Ancient Boys.
They'll make it in time.
Got a little bit awkward there.
Down to 900 HP.
Not the way they want to lose the game, Thunder, but they hold. They keep those bottom sets of racks alive. They're able to push Liquid away.
They're going for the game end here.
They are. They're buying back on Matuma Man. They want to force this Liquid.
Look at Miracle. Miracle's even TPing into the base right now.
Kuro. They're going all in. See what they can find here. Already, Miracle in the base, but
He's
they
getting
found
the
him.
rift going. He's getting the rift coming with the treants.
They need the backup. They want to just go for the game ender here. Liquid, here comes the team. They're looking towards the agent, and they're going to be able to do it. That's game over. Liquid close things up there. They see the opportunity, and they do not hesitate to take it. Jumping in with those buybacks, rifting in, and ending the game. Wow, bit of a crazy one there.
I really like the way that they play with that Dark Rift, with that Underlord. In the game before, they did it with the Lone Druid. Now they did it with the Treants there, and they were able to actually just tank up. You saw you mentioned a couple of times in the fight, like the Solar Crest being thrown on Matuma Man, everything to try to keep this sniper long enough, because once they know that the BKB on that Jug gets low, once it wears off, they've got the damage mitigation coming out from that Underlord, that they're actually just able to take the fights and just outnumber Thunder constantly. And because Thunder actually had to use all those 4 buybacks earlier, because when Sylar died and didn't have buyback, it bit them in the ass constantly a bit at the end there, because they couldn't buy back. They lost all their heroes, and Liquid were able to outnumber them because of that Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard and the Dark Rift play.
And it's, absolutely. That little play at the end, that's sort of the difference between a great team and a good team. You know, a lot of teams at that situation, they may not have looked to just get themselves in there and end it. They may have held back, they had a few people dead. There wasn't really any pressure on Liquid to expend those buybacks on what Matuma Man and Kuro to just get everything in for the push. Matuma Man, of course, also picking up a Desolator at the end to speed up the way that they took the Ancient. But very, very sort of quick heads-up play, and Liquid do it here. They're able to take the 2-0. But Thunder, this match, they certainly showed a lot of chance. Sylar, he really put the effort in to keep this one going.
It really did feel like how important the Roshan was in this one. Yeah. Like, right, when Vici did have the Rosh, they kind of had that advantage going for them, but then Liquid were able to stall it out, and with these like cheeky plays from Miracle, sniping, cutting the waves and whatnot, was enough for them to actually come back.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a game 2, but at the end of it all, Liquid will take it as they knock VGJ Thunder out 2-0.
Yes, indeed. Another victory for West meets East in this bracket, or playoff bracket, play-in bracket, breakout bracket, whatever you want to call it. Liquid were again victorious, but they had a little bit more of a fight that time around. VGJ Thunder, however, do depart the tournament. Let's get our thoughts now from Winter, Jack, and Kyle. Kyle, it was a better game, at least, if nothing else.
Yeah, I have so much to say about that game, but I gotta share. Anyway, thing I love about Liquid, say whatever you want about their drafts, their play at times, they 100% are always playing to win. And when you get to TI, that's why they're champions, because you can't play not to lose. You gotta play to win. And that move to go for the throne, we're here thinking like, oh, is this the play? Hell yeah, it's the play. They even buy a Deso, they BKB up, they kill the throne, they know there's no glyph. That's championship Dota 2.
Yeah, it's fantastic, wasn't it? And for many parts of this game, for the early part of this game, at this point in the game, Winter, this looked pretty much like another stop, didn't it?
Yep, the Earth Spirit plus Prophet combination was just way too much for VGJ Thunder to handle at the start. I mean, the Sand King still, he did quite a good move for his team. When he didn't have dagger, he was like moving around to fight because he realized, oh my god, this Earth Spirit and Prophet is just causing so much havoc, and he tried to help his team. Didn't really work out. But after that, I would say Liquid had a really decisive advantage, tried to chase up a high ground with no vision, and paid a huge price for it.
Yeah, it did. And it did it more than once as well. From this point on in the game, though, Jack, it swung back around, and it seemed like Liquid were just walking into the wrong fights time after time.
Yeah, talk about how Liquid will have this trade-off where they'll give up some of the team fight and synergy in order to abuse the lanes. In this case, it's less about the static lanes, but the extreme mobility that their draft had. So you talk about Underlord, a core Nature's Prophet who's a little bit stronger, hits those timings, and gets the ults sooner. You talk about the Sniper, who also offers mobility in the sense that he can very easily get to any fight from very far away, a screen or two away, and he can walk in and contribute to those fights. So you add that. That means if you look at the Liquid map movements early in this game, they're just going, those radiant arrows are just all over the place, top and bottom. That's how they end up swinging the lanes in their favor, just having extreme mobility. But at some point in this game, the superior team fight, the more balanced team fight lineup of Thunder was able to bring them back into this game. A Liquid mistake or two kind of gave Thunder a chance. And then They always talk about how, some of these players, some of these Chinese players, maybe they're a little bit too safe. Maybe they're not willing to take risks. Well, Sylar is the guy who's always willing to go pick up that rapier, even if not necessary. He's always willing to just kind of go YOLO into these fights. He did this again top with the Juggernaut, and I think that's what put his team in that position to actually end up losing this game, because his teammates couldn't support him in time, and they committed a bunch of buybacks, and that was the opening that Liquid needed.
Yeah, they're looking to get back into it, and obviously this great play at the end finished things off. Kyle was fantastic, though.
It was, and the thing I've noticed now after watching 2 consecutive series of East vs West, I think part of the reason that Liquid EG, their drafts just seem to have more to them, is that they're focusing a lot more on low cooldown, high damage AoE abilities. There was a moment in that game where you had like a Disruptor ult in a kinetic field, you had an Underlord pit and a Q and a Shrapnel, okay? And they're covering like nearly half the screen in just damage. And while they don't have like tons of direct disables, they have a lot of like low cooldown, high damage spells. So they don't really have to play around the Epicenter, the Omni Slash, the Witch Doctor ult. They don't rely on a link. They're just casting spells over and over, and they also have the ability to buy teamfight items, which is something that the VGJ draft didn't have, which is why that Kata Lags was such a huge timing, because they don't actually have the ability to itemize to reduce any damage.
All right, we're going to get some thoughts now from Team Liquid.
First, congratulations to you guys. And in the first game, you gave VGJ.Thunder Lycan. We know you play a good Lycan, and Sylar play a good Lycan as well. In Chinese Dota scene, no one gives them Lycan, but how do you feel to beat them with Lycan?
I mean, they are pretty cocky to think that they can, trick the real Lycan player here, I played this hero so much that I kind of know the counters and what's the hero about, what is its weakness, so I wasn't really afraid of their Lycan.
我觉得他们想的有点太简单了，因为我自己狼人就打得非常好，然后我也清楚所有狼人的优点和弱点，所以针对他们的狼人，我们有了很好的准备，然后就把他们打败了。
那么说到准备，我们也是发现 Liquid 在小组赛到现在为止一直在玩一些花板子，什么中单拉比克呀、大哥先知啊等等。他们是抱着一个什么样的心态到目前为止，认真了几分？
So throughout the group stage, you guys have tried a lot of different heroes. For example, Miracle played a mid Rubik, and he played a carry Fury on this game. Did you guys? Is this like 10? How do I say? Are you guys really like trying something new? Or are you guys 100% serious with your draft?
We try to be 100% serious with our drafts. Sometimes we go a bit overboard. We try a lot of new things to keep the game like fresh for us, because like we played for so long, and we want to enjoy ourselves while we play as well. It's not about just winning for us. So this Prophet was, for example, it was practiced. It wasn't just done like let's just YOLO it. No, it was practiced.
我觉得我们还是非常认真的，尤其是做到 BP 的时候，那肯定是觉得这个英雄比较好，所以才会把它选出来。然后我们也是因为打了太多比赛，所以想要在获胜的同时能够取得一些新鲜感。这个像这把的这个大哥先知的话，肯定是我们练过的，我们练过才会来选，不是说就是我们随便想选就拿出来玩的。
当然玩打 DOTA 为了开心很重要，为了赢也很重要。那么最后火枪去拆家的瞬间，想问一下心理活动是怎么样的？是不是很紧张？如果万一失败了怎么办？
Talking about the last play, the buyback and go for the throne straight away. What is your mindset for the team that time? Who made that decision, and what if it failed? Have you guys ever think about that possibility?
I mean, we as a professional Dota 2 players, we talk a lot in the game and we give information. Like someone said, like, do they have live? No, and the armor was like, oh shit, I'm gonna like TP in and just get the racks and like. Then MC told him, just spawn 3 ends. We're gonna all like buy back, and then we're gonna TP in and hit the throne together, and it worked out.
就是我们是职业 DOTA 2选手，然后当时判断了一下局势 ，Miracle 的话是直接说我受不了了，我想直接过去把他们家给拆了。然后 MC 就说兄弟你买活了之后招小树人，我带着兄弟全部买活一起过来，然后我们就成功了。
非常脾气非常暴躁的选手。好的，十分感谢马兔班们接受我们的采访。那么我们接下来呢，还是照常进行的一个微博战队应援的环节。那么首先我们也是请出我们李小姐拿出这个由我们主办方准备的一个亚洲邀请赛的官方夹克，然后由马兔帮我们把名字签上，然后再由他亲手抽出在微博上面支持 Liquid 战队的粉丝，然后抽一个来到现场的一个粉丝的票根。这样的话，抽到的幸运粉丝就可以拿着你的票到我们的这个长廊去找我们问询处去兑奖。好了，我们看一下这位幸运观众是谁好了。 Okay, just give me, thank you. 16排12座，看台109区。看台109区的16排12座，那么恭喜这位观众朋友可以到我们的长廊处的问询处去兑换由马特曼曼亲手签名的一个夹克。好的，非常感谢马特接受我们采访，希望你们能够有更加精彩的表现。
Lassie YOLO Man, as he's normally called in the team, with the interview there. He said in there, it's just what professional Dota 2 players, as if it was nothing, right? You pointed out it's championship kind of stuff that happened. He just thinks it's what any team would normally do. It's not, is it?
I think the interesting part is I'm sure that call is made by 3 different players' decision-making and information, and that's what's necessary. Your captain is very important, outlines the game plan, creates your drafts, but at a certain point, your core players need to be looked to read the map in the game and act decisively. And that's something all 3 of Liquid's cores are willing to do. And part of the reason why we saw a TI7, each one of them individually carrying his team.
You know, when you say that, I've talked to many players where captain players specifically, they rage a lot during the mid to late game because they were like, I've been doing all the calls early to mid game, but there is no way a position 5A calls like a late game fight. Can you guys tell me when we can fight? And I always get this from players. Can you guys tell me when should we fight? When can we fight? Where can we fight? This is very important during the mid to late game. The cores have to step up and control the game.
There's a lot of trust involved, isn't there, within the team communications, that you're not just going to rely on one person to do that, and it's actually anyone has a voice.
You can't just default to farming as the course, right? Because the captain is not going to make that decision for you from the support position. It's your job to know when you're strong, when you can take objectives, when you can beat the other course, or what conditions you want to fight under. So again, like the other thing you can do is, instead of telling everyone what to do, you just provide the information for the decision, right? So one person talks about the glyph
is done.
They talk about the cooldowns. They talk about how they're going to get into this fight. It's very quick, and then if things work out, you don't have to talk through every step, but that trust is there, and you execute.
I love the connection between the players. It's just not something we talk about enough, I don't think. MVP for this one, gents? Who are you going to pick out?
Spirit and Furion. I don't know. I think
between those two,
both of them connected in so many plays. I just felt like, I mean, they kind of single-handedly ended disrupted. The 3 of them connected in so many plays that they just carried the game. So I think Miracle and the Furion, I would give it to him.
Yeah,
I would agree. And no matter how much they might have struggled in the group stage, I think this series really demonstrates why VP says the only team they fear is Liquid. And on point, this is one of the scariest teams in Dota 2.
I'm glad you brought that up, because whilst this man might be your MVP, guess who Liquid have next?
VP?
Yep.
I'm really hoping you get to work that series. That is going to be so hype. And I think our next series is Optic IG and then Secret Vici. I won't be here. I just want to make the final comment that these Western teams abusing these cheap spells and having a hero, not cheap as in a broken, but they don't cost much and cooldown mana, and the ability to buy items that reduce the amount of damage the enemy team can do. China does not seem to be caught up to that, and I think it's a big part of the reason they're 0-4.
You know, China used to pick Darkseer a lot back in the day, and Pitlor is the new Darkseer.
Much better. Globally teleporting.
I was going to say, yes, a more mobile version of the same thing. We're going to head to a break right now. We have our third